I was teaching for 15 years and I realized that I was ready for a new challenge. And I've always been interested in health and wellness, and I just decided to reach for the stars. When I graduate from medical school, is the same year I will be turning 50. So I remember telling people when I was applying, they would ask me, why are you doing it now? Like, I think that's so courageous, but you're old. So why are you doing it now? What's the point? And I would say, why not? Like, why not? Why does there have to be a certain age beyond which you can't pursue your dreams? If you have an idea and you have the energy and inclination and desire and drive and ability to pursue that dream, then age should not be the reason that you don't. That's silly. Coming to medical school with a family gave me a lot more support than I think other people had, and like a companion and someone to process with, but it also gave me this sort of, I felt responsible for their fate. You know, like I was the one who asked everyone to move with me and follow my dream. It's hard to balance my dreams with my husband's dreams and just like making sure we're on the same page moving forward. And I think the one thing that we both realized that he needed to do was to not put himself aside, and that took a while to realize. In fact, I think we're still realizing it. So I remember going to orientation and picking up my name tag and my water bottle and my t-shirt, and I looked down at those things and I looked up at the person giving them to me, and I said, I think I need to, is there a dean of students that I can talk to? Because I think I'm gonna need someone to talk to. Like, I think I need support. And the person looked at me and they sort of went, yeah, right now is probably a really good time to do that. And I was thinking in my head, like, next week, or I would set up something. That was the moment where I think I realized, oh my gosh, I might have bitten off more than I can chew. And I should probably make sure that I have a safety net in place before I go any further, before I just like freeze. It's really good to ask for help before you need it, but you never know. You don't know you'll need it. It's a chicken or the egg thing. The amount of studying and the newness of the material and like even the way that it was being presented was nothing like I had ever done before or was good at. I came into medical school having been highly successful with everything that I've ever done. Then my first block in medical school, I took my first test and I barely passed. And it was the first time that I'd ever only barely passed anything. And then my second block, I actually failed the test. I felt like I had let down my teachers and myself, and I also felt like I had let down my family. When I came to medical school, my kids were 10 and 12. There's a whole emotional reserve that I need to keep, that I need to maintain in order to be their mom. It's good to have other people tell me I'm a good mom, because sometimes I don't. There was this period where I just felt lost. And I remember looking around at everyone else in school and thinking, I felt like I was drowning, and I felt like it took all the energy, like I could go one breath at a time. You know, like one day at a time, one step at a time. And I looked around and I saw everyone else and they looked like they were swimming and like doing the backstroke and doing flips, and I didn't I could only barely breathe. So, and I think that was dangerous because I ended up almost telling myself, well, I'm not like anyone else. I'm older and I have a family and I have different resources and I learn differently, and I started like stacking up all the reasons why I was an outsider. I just thought that I would be able to like bear through with all of that, with just grit and determination and hard work, and those things are helpful, but that's not what, it wasn't enough. I think the biggest thing that I did was I just kept going. Like I kept taking one breath at a time, and I kept showing up, and I kept submitting the quizzes that we had to do, or I kept going to class. Over the next couple months, I think I found my crew, my gang, the people that would help me, the people that helped me recognize the light that I have, and reminded me that we can do this, that it's not impossible. So my experience with STEP and UVM has been amazing because I've only had cheerleaders. I've never had anyone say, no one's ever doubted me. They've just looked at me and said, oh my gosh, all right, well, let's talk through what you did, figure out, problem solve, what to do differently. Like there's a lot of reflection going on. So I felt super supported the whole way through. I think that the life experience that I bring is, and that anybody my age brings, is going to serve you really well, because you have things that you've learned that can't be taught. The thing I think I love the most is the people. And the way that I have grown because of that goal is a miracle. I think the people that have come into my life and the experiences that I've had, I couldn't have gotten anywhere else. I just have to let go of control and recognize that the process is helping me become that doctor that I want to be.